That's pretty.
What did I just watch?
You sent it.
I sent it?
Oh, no, Clyde sent
Oh,
it.
that was Clyde.
That definitely seems like something up Clyde's
I
alley.
am not the degenerate that Clyde is.
Dude, it's hilarious. It's like so good. It's like it makes my day every time I see it.
Where did you
Just,
find that?
On Twitter.
That's disgusting. Where?
I mean, like, if you're really being like a libertarian, though, I mean, like, whose rights is he violating?
Corey's gonna be thinking about this all day long. His wife's gonna have questions.
Yeah, I by the end I kind of felt bad for being turned on there in the beginning.
You felt judged by the judge as well.
Yeah, the female cops, they're the most terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, they already think I'm disgusting, let alone after something like that.
What have you done to the community female cops around there?
No, female cops have just always been very mean.
They are mean. Just
It's like Napoleon complex times like 5, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You like my Napoleon book back there? Is this what you're referencing?
No, you know, like how little angry short man, and now
complex,
like not only are you like less than a short man, you're a woman. I mean,
yeah,
set you back like years. You know?
Lots of issues going on.
Yeah. I don't know. I appreciated that video. And it's put together quite well. Like, I want to know who filmed that. Like, what? Just like that. I mean, it seems like they had some sort of budget to do that, right? I mean,
When I was first watching it, I was like, "Is that David Hogg?" And then because it kind of looks like him, especially now with his like little wispy beard.
The one of the sheep?
No, the guy.
I guess I didn't have that thought. Does he have a beard now?
I
I didn't know that he
video
grew
or
some
something.
facial hair.
No, I think he looks like a real degenerate now. Like, he's just kind of like one of us kind of thing, but not, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a little like scrawny beard. It's not like a nice impressive beard like what we have. He's got like a little wispy beard.
Okay.
Nothing
He let his hair
Clyde,
grow long
so.
too, didn't he?
It's not long. I mean, it's probably longer than all of us Hitler Youth and our haircuts. But yeah, it's.
Mark's got Mark's got long hair there. Bet if he combed that down over his eyes, it'd be gone. You couldn't see his eyes. It looked like Snuffleupagus or something.
You know,
Sheepdog.
I'd do it for you, but then it's just everywhere.
My name's not Justine. Or wait. Justin.
You know, I saw the typo and I was like, I'm just going to leave it as Justine. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I thought he did it deliberately. I didn't realize it was
I did
a
too.
typo.
I did too. And then maybe like after it just said it,
Yeah,
I
I
was
saw
like, wait a
it. I
minute,
was
maybe
like,
that's the quarterback's real name, and now I don't want to do that to him. But.
Nope, it is not.
That would probably be a little bit too awkward.
Yeah, you never know. You saw the way he was smiling after looking at that sheep video.
Were you specifically watching my little square here to see how I'd respond?
No, I'm disappointed that you hadn't seen it already. It just makes me wonder about all the other like fine things that I send in the group chat that you just ignore.
A few weeks ago we talked about that movie about the sheep person. I don't know.
The Winnie the Pooh
Forgot the name
movie?
of it. No, but that looks terrifying too. The sheep baby. I still don't know what the name of it is. I may have just made the whole thing up.
Dolly? You thinking about like the
A lamb?
Chinese like?
No, do you remember this, Dag? Maybe you weren't here, Clyde, because you're here about a third of the time.
Probably wasn't here. That's about right.
Yeah, I think I vaguely remember you.
It was about not a baby
possible
sheep, not a
movie
lamb.
dream you had.
Do what?
So it was just a dream you had.
I
Something
may
about a
have
dream you had.
I may have had a baby with a sheep's head and a baby's body.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
You did?
Now I remember.
No, I mean, this is what Dag's saying. Where are you going now, Justin?
Well, I had to collect my idiot children, and we were on our way home, but it turns out that they didn't get the things that they were supposed to. So now we're on our way back so that they can pick up their stuff, and then we'll go home. I've
Sounds-
only been awake. I've only been awake since 1:30 yesterday afternoon. It's not like I wanted to go to bed at any time.
So we our one of our middle ones is in like summer school. Just some extra help, and the bus gets there at 7:20. I got to drive to the bus stop to drop her off. I'm getting there at 7:20, and the bus driver, I see her stop. It's at a fire station, so she kind of pauses at the road, hesitates a little bit at the driveway. There's no cars there because I'm not there yet, and just keeps driving. She told me to get there at 7:20ish. I got there at 7:20, so she drives right past, so I missed the bus. Take her to school, get there at, I don't know, 7:30, but they don't let kids in until 7:45. So I sat there for an extra 15 minutes. I'm like, it made my day from the beginning. Like, I just like public school, like even the bus, man, just even the bus. What?
I can't even get that part right. Huh?
I know, right? You don't tell somebody
Well,
Is
a roundabout time and then, like, not wait. If you say 7:20 sharp, okay, fine. You say ish, that's like a 5-minute window.
Yeah, just like I think that this show starts at 8:30.
isn't it like June? Why are they still in school?
Summer school.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
But it's just, it's like
he's got those dumb kids.
Dick. Oh, that thing.
I did that once.
it's.
I never once rode the bus to school. I mean, I went to private most of my life, but
You ride sheep?
I did
Yeah, you rode the limousine to school.
You call it 1997 Ford Taurus a limousine, then sure.
It was like the Dukes of Hazzard. Instead of the Confederate flag on top, it had like the Nazi flag on top.
My first car was an '88 Ford Taurus, and that thing looked like a turtle, and would do 35 without me even touching the gas. Like,
Wow,
put it in
nice.
drive, and just have to hold your foot on the brake, otherwise it would just take off and drive on its own. We ended up blowing it up one night. It was pretty fun.
The Ford Taurus we had was my oldest brother got it when he first got his license, and then it got handed down to me, and then I handed it down to my little brother. And then when he got his new car, my dad started driving around. That thing ended up with around 350,000 miles. It was a good car.
How does it survive in the snow and salt that long? That was always our problem. They, you
Get
could
all
nurse
rusty.
them along, but the lines would rust out. Maybe it was New York's like inspection because you couldn't, certain rust like wouldn't pass anymore.
Yeah,
that
we
was
didn't
always
have
a
that
problem.
stuff.
Yeah. My first car was a '89 Suzuki Swift. Hell yes. I painted it lime green. And everybody called it the lime green testicle.
That seems appropriate.
It was quite appropriate. I'd have to gun it going down the hill so I could get up the next hill. If I was on the highway, like, I'd be doing 45 and everybody around me is doing like 65, 75, 80, and I'm just like, come on. But it worked,
Got you from point A to point B.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Shit,
Yeah.
yeah. I had a '94 Isuzu pickup. That was my first one.
Do they still make cars?
Isuzu?
Yeah.
I don't think that if they do, they still make like trucks because like Isuzu
Yeah.
NPRs. They probably still make those. I don't know if I've worked on any brand new ones recently, to tell you for sure. But it's also like that's a truck that there's like Mitsubishi makes like the exact same truck, and and GMC. So there's some weirdness. Even like with the Isuzus in like the '90s, there was like them, Chevy, Toyota, Geo. They all had like a lot of crossover.
Well, that was, yeah. The Swift was the same thing as the Geo Metro, just like
Where are you
from
going?
wherever.
Exactly.
Suzuki's
Yeah.
made. Japan, China, someplace Asia.
Yeah, exactly. There was a lot of there's even like Toyota and Chevy had like some like the Corolla was the same body as the some of the Metros and
Yep.
etc. Just Justin showing off his masculinity again.
There he goes.
You just pull a knife out at school.
No, in the truck.
Magoo had to turn off the
Nice.
AC to get up the hills.
That was probably pretty similar to my little truck.
We're either gonna run it inside or I'm just gonna.
And some of the '90s Nissan hard bodies had the curved windows on the extended cab part, like curved up over like the ceiling is real bitch to tint. Your car, Mark, the Taurus, the late '90s Taurus, is one of my all-time most hated cars.
Oh,
Not that
really?
they were bad cars, but to work on, like from a car stereo and tint standpoint, they were just everything about them was like designed to piss me off.
Had I known, I would have. Whenever we needed repairs, I would have brought it down to you.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Oh, man. I miss the old like
Where do
the
you
old
think you
body
lost it?
types, you know, like the old Volkswagens, the old like Escorts, that sharp, and now everything looks like I don't know, pisses me off.
You miss those old Escort body types?
Yeah, I do.
Sorry. Oh, fuck.
I get it. Nobody else gets it.
I miss a lot of older cars as well. I hate to be like boomerish about it, you know,
What
but
you
I
gonna
even
do?
get where
Stab
like
me?
This is
like,
a boomer
a lot-
show, though.
it is.
Justin, you might want to mute
Yeah, listen
yourself.
to Justin shouting at his child right now.
You want me to stab you?
See a child beating today.
Woosah. I'm not going to kill my children live on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube won't care.
Not today, anyhow.
YouTube might
They
not.
think he's joking.
Facebook will.
He
It's
might
not like
not.
you gotta have
Shut up.
Well, speaking of shutting up, wait, did it work?
Yes.
coming in.
Nice. I tried to do it, Justin. I
this
was
one.
waiting for the perfect time to do it, Justin Sedgway.
Hell yeah.
You were spilling your shit all over my truck. Oh, I'm gonna.
Mute him, Mark.
You're gonna. I can't reach the. I can't see the mute button.
so this is one we've been saving in the hopper for a couple days now.
This article,
Glad we're finally getting to it. Yeah.
Amber Heard verdict sends a message to black. Well,
Women.
I assume that's what it's gonna say.
yeah. Is that working
Yes.
now?
There it goes. To black women everywhere. We
Everywhere.
almost had
Excuse
it.
me.
Yeah.
Not just the American blacks.
All
Not
of
just in the
them.
courtroom when it
Canadians,
happened.
If
Not
the
just a black
district-
stenographer who literally had to take the message down and type it out. You know?
Are we sure they're not? I guess they're not satire. I completely believe.
I
this, but
swear to
this is-
God, I when I saw that, I was like, this has got to be like it's got to be satire.
I
This line,
read it.
like-
It looks serious. Like
Yeah, you're right.
I think they meant it 100%.
Don't shit in a white man's bed. That's the message. That's 2-bit. In case anybody listening, I don't want credit for that. That was too good.
Oh,
That was
let
too
me
fucking funny.
pull that up here.
Say, you got to
Yeah,
remember,
excuse me.
Mark is terrible about monitoring the comments. So,
I'm a little slow here.
so for all the regulars,
trying to help.
If your comments aren't getting shown today, you know, it's not my fault.
Yeah, well, Justin has me running the operation again. It makes me do everything around here. So.
Yeah, the 3 times that you had to do this.
I think you have to take the comment down. It looks like too.
Yes.
Come on, Mark.
I'm leaving it up. That's
Fine.
going to be our motto for the rest of the show.
All
see,
right.
he's-
I'm
he's
good with
not
that.
used to-
Yeah.
He's not used to taking the comments down because usually whenever he clicks on it to bring it up, I'm clicking on it to bring it up at the same time. So I end up taking it down as he's bringing it up.
After it's been up for a millisecond. Well, I hope someone got that. This line really cracked. It made me laugh out loud, though. The mistreatment of a wealthy blonde, blonde-haired. Now I'm totally Justin today. Blonde-haired, blue-eyed, white actress is ridiculed by the world. What does that mean for a black woman?
You were just thinking of what Dag prefers and making
Yes.
it,
That-
confusing it.
Oh,
That is
people
where I
write
went
these
with
articles. Some sort of Freudian slip.
What? I mean, Dag, what if she did have blue hair? Would you be more attracted?
Would I be more what?
Attracted to her?
To Amber Heard?
Yes.
No, the lawyer.
Or the black woman that's being talked about.
Blue-haired black women isn't necessarily my thing. Black women in camo is my thing, which is odd but in specific. Or like we've discussed previously,
Yeah,
not in
there's
a sexual way, but dykey black women are
There's
really cool.
some white
you know.
supremacist roots at that.
So my instinct was
Right,
right.
women
I
in
said-
camo.
Camel black.
I don't know, man. Like blue hair's got to be like a whole vibe too, you know. Like you got to have like sort of like a
it's not
punky look
just-
or something. Yeah.
Like, if I dyed my hair blue, it wouldn't quite do it for you. But
Right. It can't just be the blue hair. Like it's got to be the blue hair and kind of quirky, and like,
You're.
I get it. I get it. Tickles the scrotum.
Clyde with blue hair. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just a mustache.
That have clown vibes.
So I don't know if this article mentioned it. There was a tweet.
Let me
that
scroll
I saw.
for you.
Well, I don't know. I can't read that fast, dickhead.
you have to scroll at the right speed so everybody can read the little tiny letters.
He's getting it.
No, but
Nice tag.
it.
Oh, there's Black Khaleesi again.
There she is.
Who's that? See, now that could do
Spit it out, Clyde. This is some Italian woman. It's not Italian.
I think it's Mexican, but
I mean, the flags are shockingly similar.
It's the wrong order of colors.
did you guys see that one? The black lady, the pregnant lady that got shot.
No.
I think it was
Did that send a
carja-
message to
carjacking,
white women everywhere?
carjacking, and- yeah, don't
Get in line.
hijack cars and pull guns on cops. I mean, but anyway, there was a
You got me keep going?
They also found that the jury found that Depp's lawyer was guilty of defamation by calling Amber Heard's accusations a hoax.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, it was kind of like, wait a minute, how does that happen? Like, didn't you just come back and say like you're lying, and now the guy that said she was lying is like, so really, like, what kind of message does this send to black women or white women or any women of that might make false accusations? Like,
And were Amber Heard's, like, was it a hoax? Like, is there any evidence? I don't know.
but I mean, if like
Was
they,
what a
neg-
hoax.
they negate each other, right? If she's like found guilty of
Knock the tab
defamation,
down a
then
little.
like, I don't know.
He was found guilty of less defamation. So I think like it just knocked something off of her tab. I think that's what
okay.
happened. So it was still like a grand total. And then a huge chunk of it, I think, got knocked down because of the state that it occurred in or whatever. Like they have a maximum of like $300,000 in like these kind of cases. So a huge
Thank you.
chunk of what she got awarded or he got awarded got broken down by that too. I listened to something about it yesterday and it ended up however many millions she still owes him is down from like the 15 million that the original total would have been, I guess, if it weren't for that and that law, with the cap on what have you, which honestly, like I'm kind of fine with, like the fucking defamation shit. I think it's kind of like, I don't know, like I guess there might be cases for it, but I just think this whole thing's fucking ridiculous and that there's even
Just let them eat each other.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, like why is the fucking government involved in like this bullshit? Like, legislating people's relationships. I don't fucking know.
Speaking of eating stuff, where's that bug article?
Okay, so you. Loser.
Sorry, I'm pulling a Clyde and I'm like hitting the segues way too quick today.
No. You said last night in the chat. Yeah, I put all the articles in the private chat.
Oh yeah.
So we're ready. There's one in here.
I
That was
didn't
it.
see any in there.
What? I just put them all in.
The one I just pulled up is the only one I'm seeing.
No.
What the hell?
Yeah.
We're like crash live on.
You guys
TV.
talk about bugs, and I'll find a bug.
Oh,
article to
you know
pull up.
what? I bet because Mark joined after you put them at. So he doesn't see them. He only sees chat from when he joined. Because they're all here for me, but you added them while you were talking.
Oh,
So-
and that was the last one that I added.
Okay,
Clyde
hold on.
was
I'm
right.
on it.
Yeah, Dag is going to save the day.
I'm going to copy and paste them for you. Don't worry.
Jag always saves the day. Even
So
when he doesn't
anyway, we
even
can finish
try.
the conversation on Amber Heard, I guess.
So how? So
Did
what-
you
what
see
is
that-
it? So the rationale behind the article is that white women are not protected, so therefore black women are not protected.
Right.
Is
If
that
a
the
rich
general
white,
gist?
if a rich
Okay.
famous white woman doesn't have any protection, imagine how much less protection a poor black woman is going to have.
If all of Heard's privilege couldn't protect her from such viciousness, black women, like always, remain even more vulnerable.
There's the line.
So her privilege in this instance is her whiteness, and not that she's been in Hollywood since she was a
Right.
teen.
Right. And then, like, do people actually believe this stuff? Like, or is this just they make these articles just for people like us to ridicule? I mean, like,
I have only seen this
I think it's for
shared by
outrage.
people who are making fun of it.
I think it's also for outrage, though. Again, it gets
Yeah.
people his panties all in an uproar.
speaking
And
of,
they
dude,
like- they
these
like that.
boxers are chafing wicked.
And then
hard.
someone like me will say something, and they'll be like, "See, they are racist." And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, kind of when you
I
do
don't-
this stuff." But
I don't think panties get in an uproar. I think they get in a twist.
is that what it is?
Katie,
I've
do
never-
your panties get in an uproar or do they get in a twist?
Dude, that's a weird question to
This
ask your
seems
daughter.
bad.
What is wrong with you?
I hate that just came across on YouTube. Too.
That got
That was a good answer.
that got the response I was expecting.
First one, then the other. Yeah, it'd be really weird if she just started with like a long, honest diatribe,
Yeah,
you know.
I probably would have muted Justin at that point.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I had this incident last week where
Actually,
Justin should just speak from personal experience. We know he dresses in drag.
You know, I have that was not one of my like athletic what is it where
Lady's
like the
gonna clip
pictures
this
or
out
wear
of
a
the show.
thong like for good luck.
What?
All right. Anyways,
You're scarring your
articles
children.
Hey,
Jesus,
put some
dude.
6-inch stilettos on Justin, that would be one terrifying
Ugh,
thing.
no, let's not. Let's not.
And anything that would be terrifying.
I don't think they make them that big.
Oh shit! All right,
Well, speaking of
I bet they do.
big, I don't know. There are a
I
lot.
mean,
of
I guess-
articles
Key
here.
West that sell them.
I guess
I'm
that
just going in
WNBA
order.
chick we talked
Go
about
to the
the
bottom
other day
one.
has to get
Talking about
something.
the bugs.
Oh, well,
Yeah, bottom bugs.
Bugs. Justin like bugs on the bottom.
never
He's
mind.
into that lice and stuff.
I can't
Guess
even
we're not
see the
gonna talk
chat.
Mice and monkeys.
We'll talk about the
Damn
mice
yogurt
later.
bugs on the
That's
bottom.
a good. The mice is a good closer because it's funny. See,
let's do the
there's a
bugs.
plan. There's a plan to the way I do this.
Do the bugs. Do
Damn
the
it, now the whole
All
animation.
right,
audience
set
is
up the
learning our
bugs, and I'll go pull up the
secrets.
bugs. Yeah.
So now you really get
You
to
know
see how the
where-
sausage is made.
It's
Yeah, no, it
not
doesn't work
made.
unless we're leading into an ad. You know where you won't have to eat bugs? Roll the coffee ad.
I can't do that. It's asking too much of me.
Mark's
Does your
Mark
mouse
is
work?
so
Mark?
confused.
I feel like he's like, and we're boomers, right? I mean, like we're
Mark's-
whew.
Mark's trying to pull up all of these. All
So
of
I
these
had some,
articles.
Yeah,
And now
my,
he's
So
got-
Clyde's eating
now
my
he's got
computer is
more-
getting
right?
slower by the second.
Now he's got more tabs open on his computer than he's ever had at any point.
Yeah, it's like bogging down.
Have we already
Um,
discussed this? Have you ever eaten bugs? It seems like something you would have eaten in your travels.
Me? Yeah, I had silkworms over in Korea.
What kind of?
Like silkworm
Worms?
cocoons. Yeah.
not things that have come out of you. Things
Oh,
that you put in you.
silkworms.
They when they get them in the cocoon, I guess I think they were silkworms. I don't know. And then they cook them up. I didn't like them. There were a lot of people liked them. I did not.
Was it a taste thing or like a texture thing?
If
Or
I
just the knowing
recall,
what they were.
If I recall, I think it was all three. They tasted kind of bland. The texture was kind of mushy, and knowing like what it was kind of like, eh.
Primary school children get educated on
It's a lot to get over.
what is this word? Entomophagy. Someone else want to take a stab at that?
Educate children.
Mophagy.
Entomophagy?
It's a G. Yeah.
Entomology.
The last,
Entomology is bugs, right?
the last part is faggy. I just don't know what the first part
Entomophagy
is.
is eating bugs. Yeah.
Entomophagy.
I'll say the last part. you
Into
guys
my
say.
faggy mouth.
Yeah.
I ate some salt and pepper crickets the other day.
How were those? I've seen those on Amazon, and I was curious.
They like
Don't do it. Don't give in. Don't give them what they want. God,
They exploded like sawdust in my mouth. It was really gross.
I'm not just against eating
There-
bugs though. Like if it works.
No, but
Right, I
feel
saw
like if
some
you-
that were like some like gummy coated worms or something. Or no, maybe it was some sort of worms, and then there was some other like bugs, and then there was the chocolate covered, stuff.
Carlos
and
send
it's
you a
like,
bad batch.
I do need to hit Carlos up. I'm running low on the.
See, I like chocolate. I can
tincture.
give that a shot.
Yeah.
It depends. Like if I'm doing it on my own volition, like if I'm doing it by my choice, that's one thing.
Right.
If it's this sort of thing where like we're trying to brainwash you, this is no different than transphobic books in school. Like, gotta.
I still don't know what these transphobic books are.
So, according to the news outlet, they're being given Vexo, which is a combo of insects and plant-based protein. So these aren't even real bugs. Like they can't even do bugs right. It seems.
No, but this is one of my big things about school.
This is like bug tofu.
Yeah, beyond the whole educational part of it, like the food they give children, it's really like, and it's always this debate. Oh, it's so healthy. We got to make it healthier. Blah blah blah. It's so processed and like crap in this stuff. Like you giving them this stuff. How processed is this? Like,
What is he telling me to stop? Sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm just angry at schools.
Well,
And it makes
at
you wonder
first-
how much of our diet affects your
So you
your
think when
mental
you
plasticity.
when you think that when you graduate from school that you're done
Give
with
you
your
that
anger
cool,
towards
man. It
school,
makes you
but
pliable, docile.
I mean, like you see what what the psychotropics do. Like what does all this stuff do with our food?
yeah.
You get these empty processed calories. It's, I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Carnivore diet. That's the way to go.
Yeah, just the shit that like they're talking about feeding these children. It just sounds gross. At first in the article, it says they're educating them on whatever, and it's like, okay, well that doesn't say they're feeding them. But then like the next paragraph underneath, it's like, so they're given this bug paste. Like, oh, well, that's not the same
By
thing.
educating them, they're
Put it
just
on their crackers.
it's what they're doing. They're educating them that this is the way of the future, and you need to enjoy
Plant-based
it.
protein product that looks like ground beef. Gross.
None of these words seem, or these like the food is called Vexo food. Scientific Journal plus one. I don't know what PLOS even means. Is that some sort of scientific term?
Food-like product.
I feel like that's like I've heard that before. What is that? I don't know.
Oh, did I tell you all about the plant-based chicken nuggets that they had the samples at Sam's?
Yes.
Yeah, that stuff is disgusting.
Man,
I've never tried it, but it looks disgusting.
Oh, I tried it. I tried really hard to like chew it up and swallow it, and I just couldn't do it. Like I thanked the kindly old lady who gave me the sample, and as soon as I got like out of her range of vision, I spit it out in the napkin and threw it away. I couldn't do it.
I agree with Leighton. If we're gonna eat weird stuff, I'll eat real bugs over fake meat any day.
Exactly. Give me one of them big locusts.
Crunch, crunch.
Dig away.
I bet you Justin would eat that chicken nugget if it came from a male, though.
Is
came
this a
from what?
year for the little guys to come up from the ground? Or what are they called?
Gnomes?
Cicadas?
Yeah,
Cicadas.
You have those
Cicadas,
down there?
yeah.
Oh, I bet those
I
are
did-
real tasty.
Yeah, I don't know if we do the 7-year. We have noisy bugs. I don't know. There's always bugs making noise. I don't know.
There's like multiple. There's like 1 year, 5 year, 7 year, and then there's like the 19 or 17 year, something like that.
Okay.
But I feel like but like eventually all those numbers are going to run together, right? And you're going to be having cicadas every year, whether it's the 1 year, or the 7 year, whatever. So I don't know. I don't think
And then
you
every
can't tell which one's
700
which.
years they all line up.
Yeah. Just
And that's when the apocalypse
17
happens.
cicadas. Yeah, it's the cicadas that bring it on. That's Gabriel's trumpet or whatever. Yeah, it's actually just cicadas.
I would hate to see giant mosquito like that.
How do they survive through the winter? Like, that's what's crazy to me about like bugs and reptiles and stuff living up north. Like frogs and shit.
Like some of them bury themselves in the mud, right? And they don't actually they're deep enough it doesn't freeze. Some things, like some frogs, actually have stuff in their blood, like it's basically like antifreeze, that they don't freeze through. And like some things you can freeze and they come back. I know we've frozen bugs before and they've taken them out and they start rolling around again.
So we finally figure out what into homo faggy means here at the bottom of the article. Yeah, it's just the act of eating insects.
That's what I told you.
Sounds like a homosexual thing to do.
It's a big word.
I took some liberties with the pronunciation at the end there.
People just got to feel smart, I suppose.
Yeah. Anything about this article, Justin? Are we done with this?
No, I think we're done with it. I was going to say, speaking of things that sound pretty faggy, how about them wanting to restrict how much ammunition you can purchase?
Is
I
this
mean,
an
they
article?
called it. Yes, it is an article. It's the Feckless ammunition article.
I'll see if I can find it in there.
So what does feckless mean?
I don't know. They just tried to use a funny word to sound smart. I'm pretty sure
I gotta
most
keep
of
that
the
up after you
words.
said that.
I'm pretty sure most of the words used in modern journalism are just so that they sound smarter than what they actually are.
Weak, ineffective, worthless, irresponsible.
Okay.
There you have it.
I always
Start
see it.
working
I
that.
always couple that. To me, I just thought that was like not wanting to drop an F-bomb, so you change the letter kind of thing.
Oh, feck.
What the feck?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't want to share that. I don't know what he's talking about.
What are you
I don't
trying
know.
to share?
Leighton
Nothing.
thinks you're on another crusade again, and he's
Me?
talking about TNT in the comments. I don't know.
We're just going fishing.
Eh,
Just going
you
fishing.
just say it if you can't get ammo.
He gets a little worked up when you're
You
in
know,
the
so
car,
you gotta-
Justin. It's a
I
little
know.
strange.
Well, and I already pulled a knife and a gun during this stream, so
Yeah, and I don't even want to recall the conversation with your daughter.
So are these federal laws that they're trying
I
to
don't
get through
know.
Congress or something? I know they're all in a tizzy right now.
So,
He carried 1,657 rounds of ammunition.
oh my.
it sounds like they got into my ammo closet and started counting.
See, and now you
I'm gonna do some math. Hold on, we're gonna figure this out.
encourage Leighton now.
What kind of math are
So
you
at a
doing?
rate of 60
This is not a math show.
We're doing math live on air.
How much does a round weigh? How much does a 5.26 weigh or a 223?
1,000 rounds.
It's not light. Yeah, it's not light. A case of 1,000 is not light.
The thing is, it gets heavy. It gets heavy real fast.
Yeah. Yeah, but like have that in a backpack or something. Yeah, that's awful.
Who is this hag?
Is that the disinformation czar? or
No,
whatever?
it's just me distracted by another ad.
You and the ads. Huh?
You're
I don't get
print
it
screening that for later, huh?
Yeah. That right along with the opening and be good for the day.
All right, so we had
Gonna give yourself a blister. You got too many.
we had kind of posited that what they were going to do is use the stories surrounding all of these shootings to, instead of exclusively going after guns, they're going to try to go after body armor, which that's come out. There are Congress people who are talking about legislation to put restrictions on body armor. Now they're talking about like ammunition and which obviously anybody who says that there's no restriction on buying ammunition hasn't tried to buy ammunition in the last 2 years, because with all the shortages, most stores limit you to one box of whatever, like I go buy a box of 22, a box of 45s, a box of 308s, and a box of 9mm because I can't get more than one. So I get one of each.
Leighton's fantasy continues to grow.
Yeah, I rolled through my Rural King yesterday. Their ammo section, it wasn't bad. Some decent prices on 9mm. They had packs of 100 in again, like range packs like that. So that was promising. 22 actually went down $1. So even among inflation, I guess it's technically getting cheaper. So yeah, that's promising. Didn't have any 270, but that's hit or miss.
You got squirrels?
Squirrels?
Or cats?
Shit, I got something right now. We had something dig in, and got a chicken the other day. I got traps out right now, but we'll see. I was really hoping to have my come presented my pelt for the show. It's gonna happen one of these days.
This line here, someone intent on a mass casualty event is going to have enough ammunition to keep shooting until they're stopped. That's nothing to do with the amount of ammunition.
Wait,
it has to do with the police not going in.
Hold on. Read that again.
Someone intent on a mass casualty event is going to have enough ammunition to be able to keep shooting until they're stopped.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So-
you don't stop them.
So all those other ones,
I would say I have
where
enough
there's
ammunition here to stop them.
well, that's what. But I mean, like, so that guy had like 1,600 rounds. Did he fire all those, and then he just got like, did he run out of ammo?
Probably, considering how long they stood outside and waited.
I mean, he wasn't in like a shootout with the cops or anything, right?
I don't know. I
So,
feel like that statement's kind
The
of like,
one
I
off
don't know,
duty guy that
redundant.
went in.
So especially to the point of that line, what are they suggesting be done about ammunition to make that an impossible thing that somebody would ever have fictional
You
amount
probably
of
have to-
ammo? It's a situational thing,
You probably have to register the amount of ammo you buy, and that way they can monitor it, and then they can like put a hold on your credit cards and everything and say, no, this person isn't allowed to buy anymore this month.
So I
Make
know
your own
like
rounds, save your casings.
high capacity mags are so like in New York, there's a limit to like I think 7. You can only have it 7. So I think
California's 10.
yeah, there's something on there about that. I think they're trying to regulate that.
Yeah.
And
Federally,
I don't know. I didn't see anything talking about like what they specifically want to do with ammo in terms of limiting how much you can buy, but like they want to get rid of online sales. That's one thing that people have issue with is like it's an online sale, and I don't know if they're trying to force it through like an FFL or what, but I think you got to get a background check to get your ammo now, kind of thing they want to do.
But why? I mean, I don't.
So they know who you are. So you're in the registry. So when they come to take your guns, they know that this guy only has 20 rounds and that guy's got 5,000. So maybe we come with a little more heat, like.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're buying ammunition, then it would be a safe assumption to say that you already bought a weapon. So.
Right, but when they come to take it, are they coming to take it and you have 20 rounds, or are they coming to take it and you have 5,000 rounds? Like,
I have a spear. They've got bigger problems.
they don't care about your pokey stick.
It doesn't run out of ammo.
That's right.
One of these days, we're going to make it through a show without him talking about a spear.
Negative. Not gonna happen.
It's makes me wonder though. You hear all the talk about like people with ARs have small penises, and I wonder about all the knives now. So I think that's more of like if you go through like the profiling thing, I think like when there's stabbings, like it kind of breaks down to that this feeling of impotence. So I wonder.
So what you're saying
the
is
spear is like some giant bigger symbol than a knife too.
Mhm.
So like the AR owners have little tiny shriveled up cocks, and like the people who are committing stabbings and stuff like that, like they're hung like horses. It's like a baby's arm holding an apple.
I think it got tucked inside. I think it just body just sucked it back up, and now it's like a vagina.
A paginus.
So this
Which is a real
line,
thing, by the way.
this is thing people just say that's just always false, right? Any restrictions on ammunition at the federal level are virtually feckless. There's that word because you don't have to go through a background check to purchase ammunition. Well, I guess background check you don't.
You don't
Or
make it
ammunition
yourself.
You don't.
No.
Yeah. I mean, and
I
Used
read
to be
that
able
wrong
to.
at first. You used to be able to.
Hmm?
You used to have to do
What?
a background check.
But I was
regularly?
saying making your own. No. I was saying like making your own ammo,
Oh, okay.
but now like it's really hard to find primers and shit. I guess allegedly they raided like the two big companies that make the primers.
yeah.
And so you just like haven't been able to get primers on the internet. At least I haven't been able to find them for years now. Supposedly in-person shops are places to go, but yeah, it used to be you just make your own ammo pretty easily.
Which raises the question, like that is, I think.
Someone needs to screenshot this. You can't see Justin. SDG is admitting to having a small dick. Justin probably already knows, though.
He's seen it.
He's like, I know this already.
I mean, that's why we're members of the Dickus Caucus.
Well,
Probably will be more effective than the Mises Caucus.
Like
Anyways.
Leighton saying there about the pawn shop, like that's
Yeah.
true, but it's also like if you pawn, like let's say you put like one of your guns and get a loan on it and get it back, they're going to do a background check before they give it back to you, even though it was yours originally. So if you pawn that gun and get it back like 10 times, there's like 10 background checks on you for that same gun. So I don't know how good like they keep paperwork or if they have to go look at records. And I also know if there's a good thing or bad thing. It might, they might think, even if you don't have more guns, let's say you only have 3 guns, they might think you have 30 guns just because of how many times you pawned your fucking gun, So, but you might also be able to use that as a cover, like, oh, there's only 4 guns here. No, I pawned these like 8 times, so that's why I have 37 background checks,
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, reloading's fun, man. It's really cool.
That's one thing I've not got into. I kind of wanted to, but like you said, I started looking for things to see what I could do and what the cost would be, and finding primer was like insane. It just kind of was like, okay.
They're working on electronic primer systems.
Isn't there a
which is amazing.
isn't there a relatively easy way to make your own?
Are you asking me? Because
a relatively easy way to what?
I was just like, make your own primers.
No, not to my knowledge, but they're working on the 3D printed gun dudes. They're working on electronic primer systems, so it's not like a combustible thing. It creates an electronic spark to ignite it. So that's kind of the workaround that they're like each primer, I guess, might be able to be used like 5 times or something. So seems pretty cool, but I guess that's the thing.
Because I feel like that's going to be the trick, right?
this subject really.
I don't
gets
think they'll be
the
able to
chat
do
going.
guns, but they'll do ammo and make all that stuff not illegal maybe, but like really hard to come by. And then what do? You're limited as to what you can do. But that's the thing. That and hearing protection, man. I don't get it. That's
when we go raid the National Guard Armory.
Do you think the National Guard
I
would
will
come
like
out?
this. I mean, no. You two, I don't agree.
Yeah, and that's the other question I think is really kind of like interesting. All these people, like we need to take the guns. We need to do yeah. Like who's gonna do that? And I don't mean that in like a, you don't have the balls to do it kind of way, but more of like a, like, is the National Guard gonna come do that? Are you gonna send soldiers to come do that? Is it the police that are gonna come do that? Because like
Legitimate question.
you're gonna have like what percentage of that population like has their own stuff or is going to say like no, like that's just a bridge too far, you know.
If the press was like actually the press, then they would ask Beto when he says this, like, okay, who?
Yeah.
But there's never a follow up.
Hopefully, some screeching blue hair.
Just show it. Oh,
Just
boy.
go to Dag's house first, and she'll never come out.
Not a dag friendly blue hair, like one of the psycho ones.
State
I mean,
officials
okay.
are like, have we heard back from her yet? They're like, no, she went to this one house and never came back.
Jen Psaki with blue hair.
Oh man.
There you go.
Well, speaking of blue, this isn't blue, but it's going to be black, and it's
About
not
yellow?
about black women.
Uh-oh.
I thought we already talked
Okay.
about the black women.
Nah, I'm talking about the blackouts.
Oh,
Okay, you're
Yeah,
disappointed
that'll-
because I went here with it.
I mean that'll definitely have you blue da booty da budai.
What?
I don't
Sorry.
know what he's saying.
You don't know that song?
No.
Eiffel
No, I don't
65.
know what you just said.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I
I get what
remember
you're
that
saying.
now.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I remember that song now.
I knew at least somebody would-
Corvette and everything is.
I didn't know there was actual words. I forgot.
Extreme temperatures and
So they've been, like, teasing-
going.
So
Trout.
I mean, they can't
Drought.
predict the weather like to the end of the week. So this whole like idea that there's going to be really hot summer, like I don't know. I don't know if I believe them. Is this just more like fear porn,
Yeah.
or is just like
Yes.
You gotta wonder, like, what is the like? It's one negative thing after another, and like, what exactly is the plan here? Or is there a plan?
I
don't
think that the I mean, look,
Just
I
fucking
don't.
say it.
I'm trying to think how to say it. Like, I don't consider myself like an intellectual genius here at all, but
Oh,
Like,
you're
when
by
you-
far the dumbest person. I'm just kidding.
well, but like you look, and that's what I'm saying, right? But like when I read stuff like that, or I see like Janet Yellen, like, oh, we couldn't predict inflation. It's not the individual saying it, but that there's people out there that believe it, right? That actually like think that we couldn't predict inflation. Think that like, oh, how could we have foreseen these power issues when we're retiring plants and haven't fixed power lines in 2 years? How could we see this happening? There's actual people that believe that. And like, how dumb are these people? Like how like just I
When
don't
they've
know.
been
And
going
maybe
through and creating these incentives to the states, and that the states then put these incentives on the power companies to retire perfectly functional, perfectly good, like fossil fuel based power stations, or even to some extent, and there have been some cases of nuclear power plants, to retire these when they're still perfectly functional and start replacing them with solar and wind that, number one, aren't fully functional yet. And when they are fully functional, they still can't provide the same amount of power that was being provided by the now retired non-renewable energy source. Like, so obviously, for anybody that can just, do some real basic math, if you take one thing that produces up here and then you replace it with this other thing that produces down here, you're going to have some fucking problems.
that's what I'm saying. Like how does the general population not see that? Like how
The general
do they just
population
not
is
care?
the general population is full of a bunch of morons who can't do that basic amount of math.
To
It's not even math. That's like cause and effect. That's like,
to Leighton's point here, I have heard people talking about
yes.
like these will be the next lockdowns, or like weather lockdowns,
Well, I mean-
and they're priming the pump for this stuff.
You already know Bill Gates is spraying crap into the air to block the sun, right?
Yeah, the World Cup in November, like they're messing around with like some sort of climate control there.
Are they?
Yeah, like to make it cooler over the
Yeah.
stadium. Something weird. It's probably a
That should be fun.
nice trial run.
That's that's not going to result in hurricanes and all kinds of other crazy stuff.
You can have like some weird stuff like happening to those athletes. Probably not that that's not already happening. Soccer players collapsing all over the field.
Yeah.
And then the ones who didn't get the vax are all on steroids, so their nuts have shriveled up.
I don't know about maybe. I don't know. I never experienced shrivelage, but
Ooh.
You weren't doing that. You weren't doing
United
the.
States to experience above average temperatures this summer.
And maybe
Yeah,
this is
I
just
mean,
their
it
way of
happens.
saying the global warming is coming back.
It's not climate change anymore. It's global
climate
warming.
climate evolution. Let's just
Okay.
call it what it is.
It's
I
just-
like it.
Climate confusion.
Well, oh Jesus!
Yeah.
It looked like global
Huh.
warming.
Oh, this was in
It,
Texas last year.
It's Texas actually.
It really is crazy that that people do just like believe this, like, oh yeah, sorry we couldn't see this coming. It's like, okay, you're supposed to be the geniuses that figure this out, right? But I mean, look at what we're reading right now. I mean, when you look at the bulk of cathedral and mainstream media, it's just trash. I mean, every time I talk to my dad, it's something he just heard on NPR, and I'm like, It's just so awful. And I'm like, come on, dude, you can't still be buying this, you can't still be buying this shit.
That's it. Like, and I'm not sold on the idea that like they're doing like government like does this stuff on purpose. Like, I'm not sold on they're doing it to like crush the populace. It's a distinct possibility, and like when you look at this stuff and you think like, I mean, you couldn't have gotten to like Janet Yellen's place without being able to see that, like being able to see inflation. You can't have gotten onto like, what is it, the NREC, making these decisions without understanding, cause and effect, without understanding that if we take this off, we're going to, and so you want, like, is this on purpose? And sometimes I think the only answer could be yes. Like, I don't know.
They know they're inflating the currency away. I mean, they know that. That's the whole point, right? Of like the central bank is to do this evil shit they're doing. So like, but
Is
like,
it just to line
guess,
their own pockets, or is it to like?
I feel like especially when you get like a generation out of when. So let's just say that it started with these horrible, outright evil intentions. Once it's been in existence for a generation, the next generation of like employees or workers in that institution, they're the true believers. They're not doing it because they're evil for their evil intentions. They're doing it for the reasons we've all been told they're doing it. So I think that happens a lot of times with things like the IRS, or in situations like this. So to where maybe these people, let's give them full benefit of the doubt and say they're the least evil I can possibly express it. Like, this is just sort of their role in life, and it's to forward this institution. It's just what they fucking do, so maybe it's not quite so evil as just to line their pockets, but they line a lot of people's fucking pockets, so whether that's the goal or just what ends up happening after they do these acts and keep this thing running for the betterment of the country, even if they truly believe that, I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't believe that it's not evil at this point though. So
Population control is a messy business, and you got a conglomeration of people with very evil intentions and people who think that, quote unquote, it's the right thing to do to keep everyone in order.
Gotta abort a few fetuses to make an omelet.
to make skincare products.
Got to drive home that fear porn. Speaking of fear,
Skin.
it's
Fine.
time for the mouse.
Where do you want me to go with this? The mouse?
I saw somebody saying the other day. It was a doctor. It was a actual doctor saying that sunblock is the best skincare you can have, and they put it on in the morning like every day for all their whole life, and they have perfect skin. I'm like, oh. It was a legit doctor too, I think.
Very odd. Yeah, she went on a whole thread about it.
Yeah.
She's apply it every day. Apply it even when it rains.
You know what her husband's doing in that sunblock jar? She's not looking at it.
Wait, what are they afraid
Well,
of?
that's why even people like doctors and scientists, they just believe whatever institutions tell them. So it's the exact same on this thread of, how do people still believe this shit? So do fucking doctors.
Yeah.
We're no worse than the mice who are afraid of bananas.
Wait, what? We're what?
How much how much government grant money went to researching and finding out that mice are afraid of bananas? Like, why do we even care?
It's
I
better
mean,
than
That's the real point of this article.
Okay, this doesn't seem. Male mice display stress and stress-induced pain in the close proximity of late pregnant or lactating female mice. Is that common in humans too?
I don't think we eat our babies, so I don't think it's an issue.
Well, you know, when they get to that point, the hunger pangs and everything else, it can be pretty terrifying. Plus, at that point, they probably outweigh you, so you know.
They can't
Canada.
catch you though.
Good, it was Canada.
Yeah, this happened in Canada. Pregnant and lactating female mice responded to stranger male mice with aggression and urine marking. That's
See,
fair enough.
The
Sounds like
discovery was made unintentionally while scientists were studying the reaction of male mice to pregnant and lactating female. So somebody just brought a banana into the room.
Started freaking out. The mouse is like,
Do you
"Get
have
away."
mice problems in your room, Mark?
I do not.
So he's got bananas everywhere. I thought they were just like
See?
dildos, but
Yep.
That is true.
That's enough scientific
I
proof
almost
for me.
ate another banana live on stream today, but I got blackberries instead.
because we were
Slightly
talking about
sensual.
the black women and blackouts,
Yeah,
so you
it's
went
a
with the
weird thing.
blackberries.
Yeah.
Say the older
Theme-
the berry,
it's
the
a
sweeter
theme
the
show.
juice.
And I mean, Leighton's right. We don't eat them yet, but we do drink the blood. When I say we,
yet.
I mean the goblins in the swamp mostly and over in Hollywood.
well, you never know what goes into that, like, baloney.
True.
You just crack them open for the
McDonald's.
adrenochrome.
Yeah, aborted fetuses go straight in the vat.
Soylent Green
Well,
is
that-
people. You know, it was funny.
So somebody
actually-
needs to rewrite the jungle.
Is
in,
this
like,
Clyde's?
2020 words.
Is this Clyde's article or is this Justin's?
Clyde's.
Most of them are mine today, which is surprising.
Did you read this one, Clyde?
No.
What kind of question is that? Why would you stop asking me questions you know the answer to? Damn it! I tell my kids this all the time.
So apparently they captured some monkeys in Georgia. I didn't even know there were monkeys missing in Georgia.
Monkeys are not afraid of bananas.
Do you want me to pull this article up?
If you guys wanted to talk about it, I figured we had to bring up the monkey article, though.
Yeah.
Late
Unless
It is
we're
clear.
still
Friday,
talking
we've
about
gotta-
the bananas, but
Say
Oh,
it is
yeah,
Friday.
we
We
just-
gotta have some monkey business.
Talk
Oh,
about
is it?
bananas and monkeys. Monkeys love
well, Leighton's
bananas.
still here.
But I guess they've been loose for a week near Savannah. I hadn't even heard about this, but I feel like there's been a lot of loose monkey talk lately.
I want to
My
make a
They
monkey-
joke
my
don't
monkey's
about-
loose right now.
Oh.
I want to make a
You
joke
want me to
about
stand
Georgia and the story, but it's just not gonna.
My
Wow.
favorite person.
Yeah.
Oh, they're private monkeys. They're privately owned sea monkeys, apparently.
Escaped monkeys captured after more than a week. Oh, look at these guys.
They're
I
cute.
wonder how many people they gave the monkeypox to.
It's a redheaded monkey.
Ginger
Got a little
monkey.
mustache.
Ginger monkey.
Yeah.
They're euthanizing them now.
I heard about a monkey island in South Carolina that I guess
Yes.
has like thousands of monkeys on it. Are you familiar with this one? It's
I've heard of it, and
Supposedly the
real.
NIH
Yeah.
harvests monkeys from there to use for animal testing.
yes.
They go and that's where they harvest monkeys from.
What did that? I feel like that was like making the rounds when like Fauci was getting in trouble for like the beagles and the monkey testing and stuff like
Mm.
that. And it was like,
Yeah,
oh
that's
yeah, by the
possible.
way, the NIH does all this. Here's this like Monkey Island thing. It was like, what?
Yeah, I guess there was documentation and everything to show that Fauci knew that they did it and harvested monkeys from there or whatever. I guess officially they claim they don't, but or something.
This,
Any
is it.
of those government
don't
owned
get-
islands you're not allowed on are scary.
This article sucks. We don't get the names of the monkeys. We don't really get how they escaped. Nothing.
We don't get their occupations,
Oh, and
but it
more
just
information will be released.
They probably work at Bojangles.
No social security numbers. Nothing.
yeah. Oh shit! Oh yeah, I am curious about the escape when it says they were returned to their owners.
I wish the Michigan Secretary of State would leave me alone.
Oh, they're still doing that in Georgia. Heyo.
Here he is calling for violence.
It's the only way to keep him from escaping.
I think you got to nuke Plum Island first, and then we'll do Monkey Island.
Yeah, Nagasaki them.
Is that it?
That was it,
All
as
right.
far as I know. Thanks for all those articles, Clyde.
The monkey one was
Sheep
not
to
mine.
get back to.
Like I said, it's not sheep, dude. I'm a goat farmer.
Yeah, so
That
it's
goat's to
Justin, but we know what
Two.
he does with those goats.
Oh, he froze himself.
Yeah,
He's
does-
busy right now. He got home and had to go visit the goats.
Can you hear us? Blink twice if you're in trouble.
But take off the glasses first.
His daughter's giving him a lecture right now on
Probably.
nothing I will repeat.
All right.
Well,
What
since
Did y'all ask
What?
me a question? We were driving through the bottoms. I couldn't hear anything.
yeah, I bet you were.
Bottoms.
Driving through the bottoms.
That's what I got out of that too.
Don't call it that. All right.
Hey,
well, I guess-
Justin. Question:
Roll the outro. Why are we still
which
playing?
one we want to do?
just make an executive
The
decision
normal
here.
outro,
I will.
Georgia,
I might
Georgia, the whole day through. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia on my mind. I said, Georgia, Georgia, a song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines.
You have to hit end. End.
Oh my gosh!
Damn it.
See you guys.
End it.